So everybody likes to be good at things, right? If you're better at things than other people, you can make money doing it. Or if you're better at things than other people, they come to you for help when they need help doing something, and that makes you feel good. Or you just like to feel good about doing something and being good at it. Well, you're not good at everything by default, and there's communities like Skillshare that allow people to get together and share knowledge and allow them to be better at things that they're not good at yet, or things that they're not even aware they're interested in. And I'm one of those people that uses Skillshare. It's a community that has all these different courses in virtually everything. You go type it in, I don't know how to do this, let me jump over to Skillshare. Now, I've been recently doing a color grading course with Dennis Schrader. He's a German freelance videographer who is teaching me color grading because it's impacting my life, because I've been sitting on the footage from Driven to Eat for 2 years now, right? And I don't know color grading, and finding somebody to color grade, it was too difficult. I said, let me sit down and do this myself. I went, I learned it, and I'm happy to report I'll be able to pump that episode out probably in the next week or so. So from not knowing what I'm doing to producing a final product in a couple of weeks isn't a bad thing. So if you're ready to make your life better, visit Skillshare.com. And as they say, early bird gets the worm. They're giving the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description a free month's membership. So you're going to get to try it out for free. Make sure you love it because you're going to enjoy it. I've been on there for years. You will too once you sign up, because you can become good at anything, and that feels good. So if you're ready, visit the link in the description, Skillshare.com. I'll see you on there. What's going on, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, and as you look around my shop, you're accustomed to seeing storage cars, right? Storage cars, Nicky's Camaro, we've got some, what is that, a 458 Speciale. But what you aren't accustomed to seeing is cars like this that aren't customer cars in here. This is, I would consider pedestrian. It's a badass car, but it would be pedestrian compared to the other offers. And this is a C63 AMG. It's a 2019, and this marks my foray into premium cars. I don't generally dabble in the $80,000 car range, the 5 Series, the 4 Series, stuff like that. But we're gonna start doing that because it's twofold. One, I see there's a market there, right? You want to travel to a nice location. Everybody seems to want to rent Ferraris. Everybody, I gotta go buy Ferraris, borrow Ferraris. Nobody's really borrowing like S-class, like C-classes and like premium cars and renting them out. And if they are, they're stuffing them on Turo, and there's a better option than that. There is the service that we offer as a high-end rental company, but also a demand for a premium caliber product, right? It's gonna be the same website, just a completely separate company on a completely separate insurance policy, because that allows me to price stuff differently. To take this car and try to shove it on a Ferrari policy makes no sense. This policy won't take the Ferrari, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be a separate company, separate policy. So you see where I'm going with this. And look, people with money tend to rent this car because there's a Gucci jacket in it already. I don't know. Look at that, that's fancy stuff. Wow, let's see what I look like in Gucci. If this is your jacket, I will give it back to you because I don't wear Gucci. All right, so this is somebody's kid's coat because I am not a big guy. Yep. Yeah, that's what I look like in Gucci. So here you have, it's a nice luxury sedan, right? This is I want to say no frills, but it is a frilly car because this is a C63 AMG, which is a very, very sporty car. It's just not of the caliber that you're used to with me. But if you know you're traveling to New York, you're going to the Hamptons, you're going something like that, and you want a nice premium car, but you don't need a Ferrari or Lamborghini, you just want something nice to get around, that's what we're gonna be touching on with this. It's gonna be a much higher volume business, which means instead of having 20 exotic cars, I'll have 60 premium cars in the same location, but this is a much higher volume, lower margin business. I don't know, but I want to expand and develop out the business a little bit more, and stuff like this was on the table. The Porsche is still a sports car. It's really weird when you talk to these insurance companies, right? Because there are insurance companies that love to set limits like $75,000 or $100,000, right? And they're like, yeah, we'll insure any car that's up to $75,000. Great, how about this Corvette right here? It's 69. Ooh, yeah, we can't do the Corvette because it's got too much horsepower. All right, well, what about this one? Oh yeah, we could do that one. Well, that one's got more horsepower than the Corvette. Yeah, shh, don't stop like questioning our logic. I'm like, well, your logic's wrong. And I remember this with the 430 versus with a Z06. The Z06 was insurable, but the 430 had too much horsepower, even though the Z06 had 150 horsepower more than the 430. It was nonsense. Whatever that threshold is what all these cars will be under. They may be all Audis and Mercedes and BMW. I may go to the Broncos and other cars like the Supra. Again, even though the Supra wasn't really my thing. But it's not stuff that you're gonna find traditionally on Turo. It's usually higher end cars with better service, right? This is gonna be a premium product, and it's gonna allow me to develop an entire another line of insurance product, which then who knows, after I have an excellent insurance rating for a couple of years with that, then maybe they'll be interested in changing the market on the insurance versus going and trying to change the exotic car insurance market, which is straight hot garbage. Right? Not even a question. That you can now insert logic and develop a new line of business through a company that you now have a relationship with. The same way if somebody's been renting cars for 30 years and they're like, oh yeah, I want to add this. They're like, yeah, you guys have been great clients. We're happy to take on that risk profile because we're familiar with you. You're good and we like the practices, so we'll rent whatever you want to rent. And that may be how we reinvent the exotic car rental insurance market, at least for my company. I was also looking, if you look over here, and I haven't even revealed it, I'll do it in another video, thinking about maybe getting into scooters and doing scooters, because scooters, the return on scooters, they're much cheaper. But now you start getting into like dropping these things in Miami. This thing goes 48 miles an hour. So it comes with a helmet, key, everything. I got it sort of as a pit bike. Coppola reached out to me and said like, hey, would you like to review this? And I'm like, absolutely, send it over. And I was down with it. It's cool, I like it. Anyway, thank you for watching. That explains why we have a C63 in my shop. Welcome to the fleet. I'll let you guys know how it goes with the insurance. This is currently on the exotics policy. I'm in the process of starting up and getting bids on the standard car rental policy. So I'll let you know how that goes. And I'll also be able to rent these cars. So if you want to use my service and you're an international customer who I usually can't help because they don't have proper insurance, credit card insurance and everything like that will extend over to these cars. So we'll open up a wide range of international customers that want to use my service, who to this date I've been turning away. Thank you for watching. Rob Ferretti. I will see you next time. So thanks for making it through the whole video. Adventure Drives is going back to Iceland March 1st through March 6th. So if you would like to join us, it's a great trip. It's a short trip. It's one of the cheapest ones we offer, and it's packed with activities. We're snowmobiling on glaciers, going to the Blue Lagoon, having some great restaurants, doing some really remote hotels, which gave you a great view of the Northern Lights. It's going to be a great time. So if you want to join us in Iceland, visit adventuredrives.com. There's a link right below in the description.